Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the CommanderSmiths at patreon.com. Welcome to the CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
I like how you do that. It's nice.
All right, do you?
It makes me giggle every time. This is episode 230. Damn it, 7.
7. Not
237.
Doshi, what is that? We're not even caught up yet.
What is 15 though? 15.
37, 38, 39. So Doji, 39. Episode 239.
He got us. Okay, yep. He got us a shot for 239.
239.
Lowery is the
Malort.
The shot tracker.
On the bean counter.
Oh, good way to start
Congrats,
it off.
Renshine, for entering the Garuk Dong sounding board.
Oh yeah, I was gonna give that shout out later too, but that's good.
He was congratulating himself. So
he was.
well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just made it, buddy. Good job. Congratulations. Yeah. So Malort is still in play today.
Right. Today we have 3 shots already lined up. Ryan W with Malort, Mr. Hockey with Malort, and Samson with a normal one.
Samson. All right. So let's mix that in a little, or do we want the Malorts out of the way and then we finish with I say good shot. It's a shot.
I think we just take a Malort shot right now.
Well, yeah. That's how we start
do
the
it
cast.
During after tags or whatever.
My neighbor at this point, he texted me like an hour and a half ago, and he's like, T-minus. Oh shit, I just spilled everywhere. What the hell is going on? No, why did I lick that? Why did I? That was a bad idea. Gross.
That sounds like a bad idea, yeah.
Ugh. But needless to say, my neighbor knows. He's like, Malort and T-minus hour and a half, and I was like, you bastard.
Has he even tried it yet?
I gave them a little taste of it, and they couldn't even take a shot. My wife, his wife, and him, they all took a little bit. All right, let's get this out of the way because I already got it in my mouth.
All right. All right.
So this one's Ryan W.
Thanks a ton, Ryan.
All right.
For your donation. We appreciate you. As always, longtime patron. He came to SmithCon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. I'm nervous.
It doesn't get better. Why doesn't it? I purposely drank a campfire munchies, the marshmallow one, to try to get taste. This is really flavorful, but it coats your mouth. It like takes away anything. Ugh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just bitter. Okay. Well, since you already talked about yours, I am drinking Viva La Beaver, Birching Beaver Brewery.
Beaver?
Yeah. It's out of California. Mexican chocolate peanut butter stout. It's actually quite tasty, and I believe it's old. My wife is very kind, and she goes, when she buys beer, she buys the old shit that's on sale. So, but this is still good. So it's pretty tasty. I'm pretty happy with it.
She buys the old shit. Okay.
She doesn't drink beers. She doesn't know anything about it, so she doesn't want to spend a lot and on stuff.
She's
that
like,
I
it's
might
all the
have
same
had.
anyway, so let's just get the cheapest kind,
No,
right?
She doesn't like any of it. Yeah.
All right. What do we have in store for this episode 237 this week, Lowery?
All right. Well, Dominaria United is coming out like really soon. It's a Tuesday night. Coming out Friday here. And we're going to do our normal top 10. The top 10 cards we think are going to be played are really good.
For Commander.
And just talk about cool ones. Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Real quick. Am I sounding hot to you at all? Like in my headset, I sound loud.
It doesn't show you're hot. I mean, you are hot,
Okay.
Lowery, but
Yeah, baby.
But I think
I was
they're
just
good.
making up words. Like I think that's what somebody who knows what they're talking about would say. I don't. Okay, never mind. I don't see it in my deal, so we're good.
Yeah, my microphone
I
keeps
watched.
dropping, but
Yeah, I watched news radio for a little bit when it was on Comedy Central in college.
news
So,
radio. I made that
Right?
reference like a
Yeah.
while back, and I think I was talking to my neighbors about it, and they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "God damn it, you're young." Damn
Hey,
youngins.
look, if you
God.
listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, that's where he started. Not
Yeah,
really, but
it
that's
is.
where I first
Yeah,
was
that's
introduced
where I
to
knew him, and then he was on Fear
Right.
Factor,
and he wasn't
then-
even funny there. He
Yeah.
still isn't, but
No,
that's fine.
But okay, so we have the top 10. We have Stump the Smith Savant. This week we have another Discord member. Actually, the last 2 weeks have been non-Discord members. This is a patron, Jake Jacuzzi, one of our longtime. He came to SmithCon as well. He's going to try to stump you, and this is week 8. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you're going to get this.
You said that for the last 19 weeks.
Don't get cocky. Don't get cocky.
I'm not. I'm not. I can't get cocky.
I don't even know if Renshaw is going to
That's
get
Mr.
this.
Hockey's job.
So we have Stump the Smith Savant. If you do not get stumped this week, we add a third card for only the second time ever. We haven't added 3 cards. We've only done it once, and then Lair got
just
stumped.
draw Nick's name and he'll win. That's all it is. He's the killer of streaks for me.
And then we have the results of Staple Versus from last week, which was Spark Double against Helm of the Host. But this week, what do we have? We have kind of a interesting little battle in this week's, right? Do you remember what it is?
What are we talking about?
Staple Versus. Commander Sphere against Mind
It's
Stone.
been lost. Oh, this. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you were talking about last week's, which I do not remember.
Oh, no, that's what I was saying. Spark Double against Helm of the Host was last week.
You already said that? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, definitely not paying attention.
The Malort is going to the brain.
Yeah, so Mind Stone. I'm going to be Mind Stone. Adam's going to be Commander Sphere. And it should be some hotness there.
Yeah, we'll see how many what the Malort and all that stuff does to us by then. Sometimes I don't even remember the arguments I have, and I think it was even last week that you text.
I think that's the point.
Or is it 2 weeks ago where you text and you're like, that was pretty funny, whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, I forgot that we had said that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was
last week.
So you were gone this week. You went down to the farm, right? You brought the kids down to the farm.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
So first time Elise had been down to the farm. Second time for Lowery. They're 5 and 2, and I mean Lowry's going to be 5. Visiting my dad, just kind of hanging out, catching up. I haven't been able to see him a whole lot. He doesn't come up to Minnesota much anymore, and it's difficult to travel with kids. But I was like, you know what? I can bring the kids by myself. My wife stayed back, painted the house, organized the garage, because it's just been like half of it's been just piling shit since we moved. It's like, well, I don't know what to do with this. There you go. So she organized that, got rid of a bunch of stuff.
It's amazing when you have kids and then when they're gone, how much work you get done. Like you don't realize how, I mean, you do realize how distracting, but really how distracting they are. It's just, it's like, holy shit.
You get nothing done. You have like 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, if somebody is there with you.
Right. So it's amazing. Like when my mom took the boys for 5 days, Cindy and I well, that was when we were getting rid of toys.
Yeah, you fuck, but that's fine.
You have the button. Where is it? I don't want
Here you go, AJ.
I don't want a relationship. I just want bang, bang, bang. I don't want to know your name. I just want bang, bang, bang.
Look, kids take all of your energy,
right?
And it was a lot of energy just to hang out with them and my dad. So
damn microphone.
It was fun. What'd you do?
Oh shit.
State fair like 2, 3, 4 times.
Okay, so here's this last week in a nutshell. Help, I'm in a nutshell. My mom and my stepmom both had major surgeries. My mom just had it today.
Right.
She had hip surgery. I actually just called her right before the cast started. That was success.
Good son.
My stepmom got it. Call from the Mayo. I had to drive down there within an hour or two of getting the call, She's been on the donor list or try to get a new kidney. So she got
Right.
that. Everything was like perfect, like 6 out of 6, like matching and a
That's
really
really
good
good to hear.
kidney. Yep. So that was awesome. Yeah, we went to the state fair, went to Valley Fair, brought the boys to Valley Fair. Just a side note to you, Lowery, and for any other Minnesotans with kids, don't bring kids until they're at least 6 because half the rides are littles. So I went with my neighbor and his daughter and son. The littles couldn't go on most of the rides, which kind of sucked.
That does suck.
a smaller area, but you're not going to pay that amount of money just to do that. Just go to Camp Snoopy, which is in the Mall of America, or it's not Camp Snoopy anymore. It's Nickelodeon or whatever. But, but they had fun. It was a good time. But at 6, the height they can do most rides, so that was a good time. It was hot as hell. I watched Lord of the Rings. You watched Lord of the Rings yet? Woo! It's in my shirt.
I didn't yet. I just got in last night, like late last night. That's why we didn't record Monday night.
You see this shirt? It says, "You shall not pass," and it has Gandalf holding his hand for going on a roller coaster for the.
That's like the perfect combination for what your weekend
What I was
was.
just talking about. I know.
Did you do that on purpose?
I wore this on purpose, but not to do the stories. I mean, I should have said I did do the stories on purpose because then I feel like
No,
a
that's
genius.
impressive. That's impressive.
So I watched Lord of the Rings. That was amazing.
Hold on. One second. Did you buy the shirt and then go, we need to go to Valley Fair and watch Lord of the Rings? Is that what happened?
And then I'm going to wear it on the podcast.
Then I got a story. I got a story to tell.
No, it was Cindy got me this like I don't know 5-6 years ago. I think before kids actually is what I had this shirt.
Okay.
So I wore it because of Lord of the Rings. And one little funny thing I learned about it. So the Rings of Power are getting huge, like good ratings from critics. And normally it's like critics are this and then the fans are a lot higher. Like if it's like at an 85, it's at like 85, 90% for critics. And then normally fans have it at like 100, you know, if it's always higher than the critics. This is at like 20-30%.
What?
Do you know why? This is gonna make you kind of
Because
mad.
a bunch of sexist and racist. I've seen a lot of complaints on TikTok,
the
and I'm
racist.
like, you're all fucking idiots.
Because
You're all fucking idiots.
they're the race of hobbits that are in this are a race that is dark skinned, and then they also have a African. Well, it's a darker skinned elf, and like they just are mixing in the races. They're making up for the 6 movies before of not having a single black person in it. And so these white nationalists are going on Rotten Tomatoes and putting a downgrade for it because of that.
Right.
So it has like an insane amount of reviews for fans, but it's like trash. And it's like, this is actually the graphics are amazing.
That sounds like
This is
cancel
awesome how we are
culture,
as a
but,
country,
like, really
right?
bad.
It's just fucking stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
Whatever. It'll get washed
There's
out.
not black people in my white fantasies. You know what? Just go dream something
Didn't
else.
people get all
on your
pissed
own.
off
Don't
about
bother
Star
us.
Wars? What's his name being black too? One of the stormtroopers, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all clones. They're all clones of this other not white person. But it's fucking stupid.
People are dumb.
It's a
Anyways,
fucking made up story.
So-
Let the story just go. I've heard, you know, like they're like, oh, why are you letting a girl elf be all powerful and everything? Galadriel is fucking powerful.
Yeah,
Are you
she-
kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? She turned into a goddamn god in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
It was about to
exactly.
devour everybody.
Yeah.
God.
So I'll give you this. It's fantastic. I like it. You know where it's going. There's
dig
still mystery with it. The graphics are insane. Like that by itself, if you're just going off of the graphics, it's just like, holy shit, this is awesome. But yeah,
Cool. Cool.
where it's going is good. Game of Thrones is good. Everything's good. I think, was that it? Yes, I think that's about it. Oh yeah. So yeah, we did State Fair date night. We typically do that. So State Fair, if people don't know, Lowery brought this to my attention. I didn't realize that Minnesota State Fair is the second biggest in the United States, right? Is that what?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Texas is the only bigger one, and they have a month-long state fair.
It's a
or
lot
whatever.
longer, and their state population is clearly bigger than Minnesota's. We have 5 million-ish in
Yeah.
Minnesota total.
Yeah.
And Texas has cities bigger than that, you know. It's a large area, but like,
Yeah.
and it's fairly close. So, but Minnesota has a ginormous state fair. It is really, really fun.
It's everything on a
tons
stick.
of food. You have your agriculture stuff there.
Yeah.
And it's huge. It's really well done.
Yeah. So each year we tend to go with the kids once and then go just us two date night or whatever. And so we did that this week too. So lots of food and
me
diets.
saying it's awesome. I also only go about once every 10 years. So
there's a lot of fucking people, man. It gets,
there's a lot.
If you don't, one, if you go during a hot day, it sucks ass because there's trees, but barely, because it's all fair stuff. And two, if there's a lot of fucking people and it's a hot day or even just a lot of people, it sucks because then you're just arm to arm with tons of people. And that's really fun during COVID era at this point. So, but it was a good time. We got a lot of foods in, walked around. I got a cool Foo Fighters thing. Oh, we watched the Foo Fighters concerts thing. That was another thing we did on the way down to visit my stepmom, blah, 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 blah. So it was a lot of things happening this week. I think that's it though. No, we'll get into that when we do our tag stuff. There was one other note I was going to make, but it's about our other thing. So that being said, we should probably try to start the episode in like a relatively good fashion and not go 2 hours long. We've had I think we've had was last week's 2, and then we had a 2.5, and we had like everything.
It's gone pretty long. How are our numbers doing?
They're staying
Can
up
people
there.
just go like see it and they're like, fuck that. No thanks.
I will say, because of those long episodes, this is just background stuff, we're gonna hit the like monetization for hours watched way before we hit our subs. Like we're probably gonna hit that. So there's a threshold when you do YouTube stuff. There's a threshold you have to hit the maximum, 1,000 subs and like 4,000 hours of people watching. Those two for this whole time has stayed in line with each other. Like they just keep going like this. But within the last, I don't know, I think since we've gone live is what I'm feeling is that the watch hours has dramatically gone faster, and we're actually about to cross the threshold to monetization, which will be sweet. That's our big goal for YouTube stuff, but we got to get the subs up there. We're almost to 800 subs there. So if you guys want to be a sub, check us out. Go to YouTube and check that out.
Perfect transition into tags.
There we go. All right. So if you guys want to support the show, you guys can become a patron by donating $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord. That gets you playing games. Speaking of, we may be doing some Discord games on Sunday.
We think so.
We're at the moment, that's our plan. If everything works out accordingly, we're going to try to do that Sunday night at 9 p.m. And so that's just with Discord members. We're going to get the games together. You guys can watch that live as well. So $1 gets you into being able to play games with us there. We do have some bigger plans of double. Let me say it right this time. Double. No, I don't.
What are you trying to say?
Remember we did Requiem for a Dream last time because I did double-headed.
Oh yeah,
two-headed drake. Two-headed dragon. Right?
Is that no? We could call it double-headed dragon, and then just think about
the double dragon,
a double-headed dildo as the head of a dragon. They'll never do that.
Yeah,
that's cancel culture right there.
That's ours. That is ours, and
Yep.
No 2 dimes and a nickel will steal that idea.
They won't because it's a bad idea. But it's
so yeah.
Maybe a double-sided dragon dildo from Wish, like you bought your dragon head mount. Just like a dildo out one side and then the tail on the other, and then just like this fat dragon body in the middle. No wings.
You have some ideas there.
I'm missing so many $1 million ideas here.
All right, so $1 gets you into the Discord, joining us, talking, chatting with us. Everything we do it through Discord, and then things filter over into Twitter. We'll talk about that in a second.
Right.
$5 or more gets you proxies each month. The higher you go on the tiers, the better, or the more you can get, or you can get foils as well as you get higher than that. Another way to financially support the show is to watch us live on the streams. Anytime we stream, you can donate. Each stream will be specific to what you can donate, like making us do. So specifically, for example, the podcast is a regular Bean Boozled. Basically, anytime we do a stream, you can just donate $1 and we'll take a regular Bean Boozled. But during podcast, that's when we do the shots because it's a little more lax there. When we do our Commander games, so when we do the Commander games this Sunday, that is the time when the hot jelly beans come back into play. Those take us out of it so bad that, but those are going to be targeting. So you can pay $5 and say, I want Lowery to take a hot jelly bean, or I want Adam to take a hot jelly bean. So that's going to be Commander games. Battle boxes, we are going to be doing shots there, and then everything else is just the dollar stuff. So if you don't want to become a patron, which I highly suggest, just donating $1 at least gets you in the Discord and potentially playing some Discord games. But if you don't want to do that, you can just jump on the live stream, or you could do that in being a patron as well. So I think that's it for that. So then the free way to support the show is to jump on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. That's the biggest thing there. You'll see everything that gets posted or things that are coming. We have multiple things we've been producing, making. Last couple weeks, just because it's the end of the summer, we've kind of backed off a little bit, but it's about to kick back into things, our normal schedules and stuff like that. But we have a thing of not only the podcast, we also have the twice a week Curated MTG. That hasn't slowed down. We've been doing those every Monday and Tuesday. Lowery, what was our Monday's Curated MTG?
Seed Time, which is green and a colorless instant. You only play it on your turn, and if an opponent plays a blue spell on your turn, you can cast it.
Wow.
And the reason why you would want to cast it is because it gives you an extra turn.
Yep. And it's for 2.
Two.
That's really good. I mean, there's blue players doing blue things. So what you do is
All the time.
you bait them with a semi-good card, and they're like, counter spell. And you're like, okay, good. Extra turn. Thank you very much. So yeah. I like that card.
I think it's.
Have you fit in into any decks?
It's expensive now. I should have done this like 6 months ago, and we would have been good.
Have you fit it into any decks at all?
Calimex, so I can double up on it.
Have you got it to work?
No, I haven't played it since I added the extra turns in.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So you guys can check out those Curated MTGs either on YouTube or Twitter. We're in both spots there. The biggest thing there is watch them through, give them a like. That's how you guys can make those suckers go viral. So those are our shorts. Those are the ones that are under a minute long. We also have Spotlight deck, which I just did last night in the spot of our normal podcast thing. I finished up Blanca. It was a 2.5 hour thing ordeal, but I cut 60 some cards in the 2.5 hours and finished up Blanca. And then after the thing was done, I added more cards back in. So it's not done necessarily. Nice. I went back, I did gold fishing, and I was like, this just needs something else. It's not working the way I want it. So I started adding things that I felt needed. And then I goldfish it with the lower lands, but just to see what I'm getting for my hands and what I that's how I kind of test it besides playing in person and everything. So yeah, Spotlight decks, we go through those. We have the Switcheroos, where
I think I'm gonna work on my 5-color Street Fighter deck this week.
Oh,
so
sweet.
That should happen.
Sweet.
I don't know what time.
And that's the Kenrith, right? No, Sisei.
No, it'll be Sisei Weatherlight Captain.
Yeah, sweet.
Or I can search them up and then.
That'll be sweet.
Tutors. No.
That'll be awesome to watch.
We'll see. I have a theme for it, so it might go quick. Not
one take,
not under 2 hours, but it might be one take. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, so then we also have battle boxes, which we'll be having coming up here because Dominaria coming out. Larry and I will battle there. What else do we have? We have just tons of shit. There's just
that's likely next week.
Yeah, we have secret layer stuff that we go through, all that fun stuff. So YouTube is the way. Follow us there. That's where you can see all that stuff. We're close to 1,000 guys. We get to 1,000. That is our big goal, and we will have a big prize once we get to that point. When we get closer, we'll start announcing that. And then you guys can check out Twitter. That is also known as Discord Lite. We post probably 5 to 10% of what we do on Discord, probably even less. I think it's 5%. It's just basically
we just
everything
promote ourselves. Yeah. So if you listen to tags, you don't have to follow us on Twitter.
Discord ultra light. That's totally true. So that is the way. But you would find out like yesterday if you aren't following us on YouTube or if you're not a part of the Discord, you would have known, hey, why aren't the CommanderSmiths doing their cast on Monday? You would have seen it on Twitter that we postponed it to Tuesday. Okay. Yes. You want to do a Malort before we move? Is that what you want to do before we get into Stump, or do you want it after Stump?
No, let's do it right now.
Okay.
And then we can do the one
finish
after Stomp, and we're good.
Okay. I'll finish the rest of the tags here as we're doing this. So
what more is there?
Just the email. Email.
CommanderSmiths.com.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We don't have that. But
yeah, the other way to contact us, you can either direct message on Twitter, or you can shoot us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. And that is where you can send the suggestion for this. I'm just kidding. Well, I can hit it. Let's take our shot quick.
Yeah, baby.
Who's this for?
Oh, that's a good point. This would be Mr. Hockey with the Malort shot.
He must be
we
sleeping.
Appreciate you.
I haven't seen him on tonight, so he must be
That's
sleeping.
all right.
Cheers.
He's just sleeping. He can. Good night, sweet prince.
Oh, fuck you, Malort.
It's so bad.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it. I'm glad to put that down on the bottom shelf there. Have to get another beer.
It's so bad.
Okay. It turned into a horse. What the fuck is going on? Pets' heads are falling off. All right. So, I'm going to play this because I didn't do this. We know. A Smith.
Always pays his debts.
Okay. Now, it is time for this.
The other button.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I'm going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowery is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes, he will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he will hear this.
Wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he's considered stumped. He gets 3 clues. What else do we have with that? The 3 clues, that part, yes. Right now, let me get the prizes really quick. He gets 3 clues. If Lowery can get everything about the card but can't get what the name is, he will get the initials of the card. If he gets to that point and he has a clue left, he will also get a bonus clue. Now, the thing I have to remind people a little bit is I've gotten a couple people, actually including Jake here. I'm going to call Jake out. He's going to get mad at me with this, but probably not. You got to give me cards that aren't planeswalkers. Because planeswalkers, for all I know, I haven't found one yet that has flavor text. There's been multiple people. So Jake is not alone.
I think they've just given you cards.
They're just giving me cards that are over 5,000.
I'm not even reading. But, wow.
But it's my bad that because what I normally do when somebody sends me the card is then I make sure that it's in 5,000 EDH rec decks. And I guess I didn't do that with Jake, or maybe I looked and saw that it was 5,000, and then no, because I would have caught it right away. Because there's somebody else that did it too recently. I was like, yeah, there's no flavor text there. They're like, oh shit. And then I'm gonna do. Jake's gonna be mad at me again. Then he's like, okay. So I actually messaged him today. I was like, dude, he did Dakin Shadow Slayer. So it was from 3 sets ago or whatever. It's whatever. So then he sent me another card that also did not have flavor text. I was like, that one doesn't have flavor text either. He's like, shit. Okay, how about this one? And so he sent me that. So
it has so many little things that you got to do, like have flavor text. And
yeah, I was like, I can't just describe the card.
Decks.
Like I can't. So yeah, the card has to be at least 5,000 EDH rec decks.
Come on, Jake.
Right now, our prize is on the line is the Forbidden Orchard right there from Double Masters 2, and our Ancient Brass Dragon right there. And if Lowery, this is week 8. If Lowery does not get stumped this week, which it's going to be very tough.
Third.
This one's going to be a tough one. We will add a third
does
card.
it have flavor text?
It does.
I should be able to get it. Should be able to get no spoilers to anybody. You can't. Jacuzzi can't watch tonight. He said.
All right, here we go. Ancient evils dwell within the burning chasm called the Ashmoth, ever ready to devour those foolish enough to travel alone. Ancient evils dwell within the burning chasm called Ashmoth, ever ready to devour those foolish enough to travel alone. We'll see if Dempsey gets this before you like he's been doing. This one's going to be tough.
Okay, so this feels like, okay, color identity, red and or black.
Hello, boobies.
Right.
You're on the right track.
I actually have a strong feeling I might know what this is. Ashen tends to be probably like Lorwyn / Shadowmoor.
Ashen?
Like Ashen Moor. Ashen. That's because it's Ashen Moth.
Ashmoth. Yep.
Ashmoth.
Or mouth? Ashmouth. It might. No, it's Ashmouth. A-S. Stop.
She can't even read.
Isn't it Ashmouth?
I don't know because I don't know the card.
Let me show you the card. ASHMOUTH.
That'd be Ashmouth.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Ashmoth could have also pointed towards.
Yeah, I got rid of the.
Potentially,
the U
like,
and just did Ashmoth. Ashmouth.
Yeah, because the moth part could be like Mirrodin, because there's Ink Moth, Blink Moth.
Yeah.
It could be something like that. So okay, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, sorry. What's funny is before doing this, I was like, make sure you say this right, because I was saying, and the first time I read it through, I was like Ashmoth. And then now when I was reading it live, I'm all like nervous about reading. Kid can't even read.
Y'all think Adam gives me too many clues, but Exhibit A.
I take away clues. Mispronounce. It's like you're texting, but it's in word form.
it's like how I text to you, and you gotta be like, "What the fuck are you saying?" No, that's mean. I text way worse than you speak. Okay, can you repeat that?
Okay,
please?
okay, let's try this again. Ancient evils dwell within the burning chasm called Ashmouth, ever ready to devour those foolish enough to travel alone. I'm glad that you made your guess and you still got you got it, you didn't get a wrong for the other way going.
Ashmouth. So, I mean, there's potential that this is like a land.
Ooh, Renshai's on the right track.
So, like,
Christopher Maloney said, "Never go A to M." Ashmouth.
So, okay. Here's that's a good joke.
Yeah,
that's a good joke. That's a really good joke. So I think, okay. Let me just do like bare bones. This was the first thing that popped into my head was Everlasting Torment, which is an enchantment. Doesn't matter at this point. Did you make a reaction though? I didn't see anything. So like Ashen Moor is something from like Lorwyn, and that's why I was thinking Everlasting Torment. It is red black, hybrided. Let's take our first clue, please.
The art features a demon clutching the face of someone from behind.
All right, so that is not Everlasting Torment, I don't think.
Renshai, yes, you are correct on the casting cost. Yes, you are correct on the text.
Yikes.
He has one of the words.
All right, so demon definitely would put it in black. It could still be.
Yep.
Renshai
got
card.
it. He got it.
He's fucking good at this.
He got it.
All right. So
it's because he's Googling it as I'm saying it. He's like typing in my clues.
No, he's Googling that fast.
I'm kidding.
He lives in Tennessee. The internet's slow.
He's misspelling all this. It's like, how did Google even come up with that? It's not even saying the right thing.
All right. What in the world?
And he said, "Suck it, Trebek."
Am I a Trebek? You're
I don't know. I might be the Trebek.
Yeah, I'm more.
And it's him talking shit to me, of course, that I'm a Trebek. Yes.
Yeah, that would totally make sense. He's Sean Connery. I can be Norm McDonald on that one.
Oh god, I love those bits.
Yeah, they're so good. Okay, I'm not helping myself at all here. Is it... I feel like this is misleading art, but is this a creature?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Motherfucker. Still feels like an enchantment. Probably not an artifact. A demon grabbing. Like
The art
that.
features a demon clutching the face of someone from behind. Demons from behind. And then the flavor
hope
is
they asked
ancient evils
permission.
dwell within the burning chasm called Ashmouth, ever ready to devour those foolish enough to travel alone. Do you want another clue?
Yeah, I'll take another clue.
The text features a small payment for immediate destruction. The text features a small payment for immediate destruction.
All right. All right. Let's see here.
Pulling
So
back
this
the
card-
sleeves.
This card definitely is screaming like it's a black card. This is this an enchantment?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Ruh-roh.
Right.
Oh, and the third clue is going to be, I mean, it's going to, I don't know if it's going to help you much. You almost have to go into the third clue or go like, I'm not going to give anything away.
I wish Ashmouth gave me a better hint of where it was. A demon from behind. It's not a creature or an enchantment. And so that's where I failed with my cockiness, going kind of like, I should have probably asked, is this a permanent, non-permanent spell?
Oh, that would have helped a little bit. Yeah, because it would have got you. Yeah, thinking ahead
Right.
with that, that's a good idea with the clue stuff. That it eliminates two things there.
So I got a little cocky. Let's see here. It's a little bit of payment for immediate destruction.
The text features a small payment for immediate destruction.
I'll take the third clue.
This card is in 51,000 EDH rec decks.
That doesn't fucking help.
Was only printed in Midnight Hunt. That's going to be the downfall of it because it's a newer card. And is in 65% of all Mary the Killing Quill decks. Mari? M-A-R-I. Mary? Mari? Kid can't even read.
But it's not an enchantment. Okay.
This card is in 51,000 EDH rec decks, was only printed in Midnight Hunt, and is in 65% of all Mari the Killing Quill decks, which is the one from New Capenna.
Right. I know that's assassin tribal deck. There's maybe a couple things in there, but cares about assassins. I was just putting that in Kelsey. Which means, okay, so this is mono black.
Hello, boobies.
It's no, this is Renshaw, you always impress me. It's, this is nobody'd win anything if you played this game here.
Well,
My
if
stead.
we always drew his his stumpers, we would go until we had like 30 cards. Remember, you got him every. It's when he's the other way around. Guessing.
It's true. It's true.
We'll start to work down what it is. You know, right now, you know it's not a creature. You know it's not an enchantment.
Yeah.
You know it's
so
black.
is this a non-permanent spell?
Hello, boobies.
All right. Still doesn't fucking.
And then you got to go back to the text where it says it features a small payment for immediate destruction.
All right.
You only have 2 wrong.
Nope. I got it. Actually, in my head, I know the fucking card.
If you only had one
It's
clue
a-
left, then you would be able to get the initials.
Right. And I don't have the clue left. Do
No.
I? No. I totally needed that. So, all right.
The art features a
So-
demon clutching the face of someone from behind.
Of a vampire. This is 1 and a black instant. Pay 2 life, destroy target creature.
Hello, boobies.
I don't get the initials.
No, you do get the initials.
Since I got everything.
You just don't get the
You don't get the
the
extra
bonus
hint.
clue. Okay, so
Right,
the
okay.
initials are IG.
I don't know if that helps me.
IG.
Shit. Shit. IG Instagram? Is that a card? That's not a card. You pay way more life for that. IG.
The chat has some jokes going on now.
They're funny. They're funny. They think they're funny. All right.
We're gonna fall short of 3 cards. Oh no!
God damn it! I could find the card like that. I know what it is.
You're like starting
I
to turn.
literally looked at it today.
Oh,
I
my
literally saw it today.
My camera just shut off for no reason. You
All
got
right.
it. IG.
What's that?
IG.
Is the I representative of infernal?
Hello, boobies.
You got 1 word. Woo-hoo-hoo. If you can get this, holy shit, without getting any of the other stuff, yes, infernal. Infernal G. Infernal G.
Greatness. No.
Infernal great. Good, great, grand, wonderful.
So infernal. It's not how. All right.
Infernal G.
It is. Can you just read through the clues again, please?
The art features a demon clutching the face of someone from behind. The text features a small payment for immediate destruction. The small payment was obviously the 2 life. Immediate destruction was supposed to be a hint to give it. It was an instant and destroying. Immediate destruction. This card is in 51,000 EDH decks, was only printed in Midnight Hunt, and is in 65% of all Mari, the Killing Quill decks. It is Infernal G. Gomez was one of the guesses on the chat.
Oh, you're gonna be so pissed when you see the Addams Family trailers.
Yeah, it does look.
It looks a little goofy.
No, isn't that the Munsters with the Rob Zombie
That
one?
also looks fucking goofy.
Yeah. Oh,
but-
there is an Addams Family, another
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they got Lewis. He actually looks. It's probably perfect, but people are pissed about that too.
Renshai said Infernal Gout.
I forgot my cane on the farm.
Oh,
by the
you
way.
did! Damn it!
Yeah.
Which one did you
Yep,
pick?
yep,
Which
yep.
one did you
I
do? The
didn't
one
pick one. That's
Oh.
why I forgot it. I wanted to go back over there and just kind of eye them up. All right, That's a Discord story.
Infernal
matter.
Ghouls, Infernal Goofy.
Greatness. Infernal ghoulishness, infernal Tony the Tiger.
Grr.
Great.
Infernal G.
Infernal.
I don't want
Holy shit.
to. You're so close. This is crazy if you don't get it. It's crazy.
Infernal. I want to say like Garkness. Because
Did you say Garkness?
I did, because I want to say darkness.
Darkness?
But I know it's a G.
It's Infernal Garkness out, guys.
Infernal Darkness. How long do I have to
I don't- you
hang on
can-
to
whatever.
this for? We'll
Think
cut
of-
it down.
Think of.
I won't. I will
think
not
of-
be cutting this down. You're all fucking hanging on by the edge of your seat.
Sorry, Doji21. Infernal Garuk Dong is 3 words. This is just.
That would be a good one. That would have been a real good one. I would make an exception for Garuk's Dong to be 1 word.
Infernal
That's-
Gooch.
I'm not even sure what a gooch is at this point.
It's the
That's
the under
that's-
part of between your
Isn't that a
balls and your
taint?
butt. Oh yeah, well that's the gooch as well.
Are they... Jesus. I didn't feel like we needed an extra word to describe the
And then
taint.
only the YouTubers with me lifting my leg up and pointing to it.
Can't see you pointing to it.
Yeah,
We
it's
censored
below
ourselves.
It's because I'm naked down there.
Infernal
All right, Infernal G.
ghoul, ghoulish, gorish, infernal gore. No, that doesn't sound right.
Do I have the? I know what the card.
Infernal Ghast, Ghast. Infernal Ghast. That doesn't Ghast.
You could ask for. This is gonna be really a first time for Stump the Smith Savant, but you could ask for letters in it. Like, does it have a this A-E-I-O-U? Start going through the vowels.
Start playing fucking. What's that game?
It's
What's that game where you pick fucking
what is
spin
it?
the wheel? Is that price? No, that's not Price of Right.
It's
but-
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Just playing Wheel of Fortune. Adam, can you give me an A?
And then I'll start putting it like up on the screen just to. All right, you have the G. Oh, Lowery, I wish I
Alright.
could help you out with this because the bonus clues would have helped with this a lot if we had an extra one going into it.
All right. I needed that last one though. Infernal.
Art features a demon clutching the face of someone from behind. Text features a small payment for immediate destruction.
Can I hear the flavor text?
Ancient evils dwell within the burning chasm called Ashmouth, ever ready to devour those foolish enough to travel alone. Yeah, Wrench, I said you should do this as a game of Hangman.
That's what it turns out to be. Okay, all right. So I Ghast seems like something that would be there. Infernal. Is there an A in it?
Hello, boobies.
You're talking about the second word, yes. I mean, yes, there is an A in it. So you know there's a G,
G.
and an A.
All right.
You might as well write it down
Let's-
on a piece of paper so you can start
Right.
spelling this out. This is the first.
You're right.
Let's see how
You're
this
right.
works out.
G A somewhere. All right. This will get it out of my head. I don't think I have 2 wrong so far.
Yep.
All right. Is there an H in there?
Wrong,
Right,
wrong, wrong,
H
wrong.
not there. All right. Is there an S?
Hello, boobies.
All right. Infernal gas. I got that tonight. So wife won't be happy when I get done.
Renjai said longest stump ever. Hey, it's fine. It's live. Lowery can cut down if he wants later.
I won't. Is there a T?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
That's
Ooh, now you're down to one last guess here.
oh, that's a good point. Oh, I gotta start getting greedy.
I think it's the first that I've the music. I know you can't hear it, but the music is starting over for a fourth time.
Shut up. No, really? This is the long. Okay, I might cut this down. All right. Gassed. It's not. Infernal gestation. That's internal gestation. That's the
BG
baby's-
says plain Wordle over here. All right. You got the words in the wrong spot, but the letters are in there.
It's just not coming to me.
I know you're.
All right. Might as well. Okay. GAS. I don't think it's that long. It's not an H or a T. There's I don't think there's another vowel. Let's cut that out. I mean, this is gonna be random. No, there could be a U. U question mark. All right.
It'd be awesome if you just like pull this out. You're just like, bloop. What the fuck? I'm just throwing this out there. And
Gauss and Gaustav. This is oh. I don't think there is, but let's just end this, right? Like, I'm sorry.
no matter what, we are adding a card next week. Even if you lose it here or not, it'd just be nice to have the 3. But if you don't,
Yeah.
not a big deal. Jake gets 2 cards off of winning. He wins stumping you,
Like
buddy.
that. Like that. Okay. Is there a U?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
I tried so hard.
That was good. Hey, I'm impressed with how you did. Okay, so let me see if this helps you. In the first clue, I said clutching. Does that help? That is the word. This is a synonym for clutching.
Grab? No.
Close. And you actually were very close on. Okay, so then if you would have had a bonus clue, synonyms are clutching, grip, or clasp, but starting with a G.
Grab? No. This is already long enough. Just tell me.
It is infernal grasp.
Okay. All right.
Grasp.
God damn it. All right.
You're so close. Hey, I am
Nice
impressed.
job, Jacuzzi.
I'm impressed with you trying to work it out. You know, I'm impressed that you had this even in your head. I didn't realize, this came out last year and it's in 51,000 EDH rec decks. It's kind of insane.
Good card.
But yeah, good job. I'm still impressed that you got that far.
Jeez.
And you kept
Nice
going,
job.
and I was like, oh shit, he's getting close. If he just accidentally just says grasp.
If I accidentally said that, I would have probably gotten there.
Yeah. All right, Jacuzzi, congratulations, buddy. You win.
Congrats on that.
Those 2 cards that I talked about. Oh, they're over here. These 2 cards right here, buddy. Congratulations. We will start a new. We almost made it, guys.
It's going to go 2 hours.
Yeah, we're at an hour. All right, let's move into you're mad.
Well, like
now,
super
aren't you?
hot too. Like my glasses started fogging up. Like my brain was just turning
Thinking.
over. That was good. That was very good.
All right, here we go.
Top 10 Commander cards.
All right, so
We
Dominaria
honestly,
United.
we're lazy with our buttons. We
We
should
haven't-
just do all mouth. It should be all mouth buttons.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Do we want a Goldschlager now, or do we want Goldschlager? I'm doing.
Let's
Goldschlager.
do it.
All right, let's
Let's
get rid
do
of
it.
this last
Let's get
one.
this- Mine.
From A. Smith.
Always pays his debts.
This is from Samson. Appreciate you greatly.
I really appreciate that it's a regular shot.
Yeah, he's thinking about us.
All right, you ready?
I
got a Goldschlag. You can see the little gold flecks in there.
Look at you, fucking fancy. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Appreciate it, Samson. All right.
So much better. So much better.
I mean,
I agree, Renshai.
in perspective, yeah, it's a lot better. Still
a shot. All right, so we went over the list and we picked out the 10 best commander cards, kind of excluding not legendary creatures that can be involved, but we already did our top 5 legendary creatures that we wanted to make, so those aren't going to be on here.
We put a legend in there.
Yep, there is a legend. I think this is the first time when we've done it because we switched the style of how we were doing this the last set, and so now we're allowing those to pop in here. We're going to work our way from 10 down to 1.
Yes.
And basically, it's the best cards that we think are in this set for Commander, in our opinion. It doesn't mean that it's going to be your opinion or your favorite 10, but our opinion, these are probably the best 10 that are in this set. And actually, kind of a foreshadowing thing, what we're going to be doing next week, because we just rotated, or we will be rotating in a week,
right,
we're going to try to go through our old predictions and top 10s and see where they shook out. And so that's next week's episode, is seeing how the top 10 that we thought from before and where they actually shook out when they are rotating.
Yeah.
So that's foreshadowing stuff. It should be interesting. We'll see. We've never done it before. So we'll see if it works out. It might be a dud and we'll just be like, we're never doing that again. But or we just wait once a year because
we've never done that before.
Yeah. Our episodes are all gold. That's why it gets stolen.
Remember
2 duds and a nickel.
What did we call it? Oh, when we tried to come up with like old school specs from Chronicles. What was that? It was like segment 2. We just called it segment 2.
It was shit. Yes, that was because we didn't call it that originally, but then after we did it, we're like, this is bad. Like, why did we do
so
this?
Bad.
And so we called it segment 2 in the title. Yeah, that's a good point. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so we're gonna work our way down from 10 to 1. Lowery, do you want to start us off with number 10?
For sure. All right, number 10 is going to be Weatherlight Completed. This is.
I'm gonna pull up the Card Kingdom version of everything because then you guys can see the prices as well. That can be kind of nice.
All right, Weatherlight Completed is 2 manas. It is a 5/5 vehicle flying, and there is no crew cost. And as long as Weatherlight Completed has 4 or more viruses counters on it, starting to get drunk here. It's a Phyrexian creature in addition to its other types, which seems overdone.
2 for a 5/5, yeah, I guess.
And then whenever a creature you control dies, put a Phyresis counter on Weatherlight Completed. Then draw a card if it has 7 or more Phyresis counters on it. If it doesn't, scry 1.
Is Phyresis
that's a lot of word to say.
Yeah.
2 mana. Whenever you have a creature die, scry 1 and put a counter on Completed.
Renshai wants you to hit the button, by the way. Kid can't even. Oh, I can hit the button too.
Why? For Phyresis? I was talking. Yeah, you do it. I'm not gonna do it for me.
Can't even read.
I think I did a good job. And like,
is Phyresis supposed to play off of viruses in a way because of the Phyrexian kind of thing?
I think there's a Phyresis card, but yeah, that's a really good point. Sure, let's go with that. Viruses is very similar to viruses. And we all know that number 2 is an anti-masker. So that's why he's into getting completed and being a Phyrexian. That's all I'm saying.
Number two just got thrown onto the bus.
I did. He's not an anti-masker. His wife's a doctor. But
well, don't you should have stayed with it because then he would have been texting. What the fuck?
He wants to be completed. I don't know how his wife deals with it because when you're married, that's when you are completed.
Oh,
So that's, I mean, it's still Phyrexian, so I don't know how
shit.
it is, but
Damn it! I wish I could hit my buttons right. Damn it!
hey,
All right,
number
whatever.
2. There we go. See, mouth buttons. Hey, number 2.
All right. So
This card's cool. It's weird that it doesn't have a crew cost, but I get it. Like, I would rather have that effect at a cheaper cost than any crew.
Yeah.
And
No.
then it turns into a creature later on.
The 2-drop, and then if you, the reason why it's down on our list is a lot of it is you're probably going to have this more in sacrifice your creature kind of decks. You aren't going to just put this in every single deck and then be like, oh yeah, there's board wipes. I mean, you could, I guess, if your meta is all board wipe, because then you'll get an advantage. You get to scry, and then eventually draw off of it because this won't be. It would
But
get wiped out if it got 4 or more.
Wrath when there's 4 or more, then it's
Yeah.
dead because it becomes a creature at 4 or more.
Yeah.
So
It would happen instantly, wouldn't it too? So all the counters would hit, and then to become a creature and then get wiped, or no? Because
no, because everything's dying. That means that it was already wiped, and so it could become
it would
a 5/5
survive.
after a
Yeah,
wrath.
survive the first wrath, but second wrath would be gone.
Yep.
So yeah, there's stipulations with it, but it being a 2-drop and then being in like aristocrat type style decks, taking like
It's cool.
Taysa is gonna love this card. Like this is gonna be
Right.
awesome in that.
Right, it's going to trigger twice.
Yep. So
It's a really cool card.
Yep, for sure. Okay, we move into. All right, I gotta get my search bar going. Number 9. It is the Reaver Cleaver. Come on.
Which feels like it should be a part of the Beaver show. What is that? The Beaver Reaver Cleaver.
That's a bad visual.
Oh,
there.
that's
that's a bad
belching Beaver Reaver Cleaver. Oh boy.
Uh-oh. The shots are kicking in. All right, so
Yes,
this is
they are.
an artifact, but it's 2 and a red. Equipment, legendary artifact. Enchanted creature gets 1/1 and has trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens. It has equipped 3. So it's not just create a treasure token. We have equipment that does that, where whenever your creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. This is for every damage that is dealt to a player or planeswalker. So that's kind of cool in that aspect as well. So you can go after the planeswalkers and get treasure.
Yeah.
It seems pretty solid.
It seems cool. Maybe expensive, but like it seems it's like an equipment old gnawbone.
Yeah. But
Like for a specific
for
creature.
one creature, yeah. I mean, it's going to go in my Curie deck because it's an equipment.
Sure. Yes.
And getting more treasures.
That makes a ton of sense. Yep. I don't like this card anymore.
Let's take it off our list.
No, it seems cool. 3 and 3 seem like I'm saying, like normally I'm like, I don't do that with equipment very often, but adding that much mana for non-green decks seems pretty tempting. Like if you're going to be aggressive and stuff like that.
It adds that trample effect on it too. So if people are chump blocking, that's a problem with the other ones. Why they never made it into Akiri is they don't have that trample necessarily. So Akiri wasn't wrecking through, and it was only 1 treasure. That was the other problem. This is multiple treasures. So, okay. So those are the first 2. Now we kind of got into some fun more. I'm not saying this one isn't fun, but the next one, I think the next 8 are pretty fun. So what is our number 8?
We had a hard time placing from 7 to 3. These all seem pretty good. All right. This one's going to be number 10, 9, 8. 8. Defiler of Dreams. This is 3.
Nope.
What?
We switched it. Remember?
No, I don't. What did we do?
We threw Vesuvian in there.
Oh, we did. All right. I'm not editing that either. That's all right. It's gonna be enchantment called Vesuvian Diplomat. Did you give me this one?
What? She can't even read.
Vesuvian Duplimancy.
Dip.
That's how you say it.
Duplamency.
Duplo.
That's what I was going with that.
All right. 3 and a blue enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature, except it's not legendary, which is that's the part that's the kicker right there.
Right. You're targeting your commander. It creates another token of that commander. You just keep, and it's not legendary, so you can keep making more of them. This seems like it's going to be used a lot.
And we go ahead.
No, I was going to say a lot. And like, this is going to be a good deck to use it in. Ivy, that's the one that I'm probably going to be building because it's all built on targeting one single thing. But anytime that you're like, if you, I don't know if you build around this, that's the hard part. It's an enchantment.
Right.
And that's why it made it towards the end of our list because, yeah, you can build a deck that, Ivy is going to be built off of that. But not all your decks are built on targeting a single target of your creatures to make copies of them.
Right.
So
like when we were having the discussion before the cast here, it was like comparison is like Orvar, which is if you target anything, you get to make a copy, but it doesn't take that legendary part apart.
Mm-hmm.
So like Diplomancy, fucking
just say Diplo.
Yeah, Diplo. If this card is here, it's not like Orvar. Like Orvar, you can target many creatures like in a Hinata deck and make a ton of copies. And that's pretty cool. Here it has to be a single target. So like I know this isn't applicable for a lot of people's, but like fight cards don't work with it. But auras do work with it. So this works in like my Kestia deck, which I would potentially put it in. And for me, again, this works in my Calamax decks because I'm trying to target Calamax with it, so there's, it does matter about the casting. And so copies don't count, but it's still a really, really cool card. It just depends on how much, like if you're casting spells to blink your creatures, I think that could be really good in blue. So I think it's a very interesting card. I like it. There we go.
Doji said it's Duplamancy. Is that right?
Duplamancy?
Duplamancy.
It doesn't matter. We're moving on.
All right. Number 7 is our first Defiler. It is the Defiler of Dreams. This is the blue Defiler. It is a 2/2, or it's 2 blue and 3 colorless for a Phyrexian Sphinx, flying 4/3. We have this. What am I trying to say? We have the cycle of these. So we have one for each color. We only have, I won't spoil the rest of it, but we have only 2 of them on the list. And blue is our first one here. As an additional cost to cast blue permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost 1 blue less to cast if you paid the life this way. This effect only reduces the amount of blue mana you pay. So you can't do, for example, Defiler. If you were trying to cast another Defiler, you couldn't do 4 life and get that down 2. It's only 1 blue. So you're reducing it by 1 by paying 2 life, which is great. But then its bonus is whenever you cast a blue permanent spell, draw a card. So I really liked this one, but when we were pre-cast talking about this, Lair made a good point that blue doesn't have a lot of permanent. I mean, they do, but when you think of a blue deck, it's a lot of spell slinger type things. And so the advantage of drawing a card isn't going to happen as often as it'll happen when you put it in those decks, but there's gonna be a lot of decks where it's spell slinger based, and this really won't help out that much.
Yeah, so it might make more decks than it should. And then because
when people realize the key word in this is permanent spells is reduced right here, and whenever you cast a blue permanent spell. So permanent is the thing that's going to be, I bet you a lot of people, including myself, will be like, oh, reducing my whatever by my brainstorm by 1, I'm paying 2 life. Oh fuck, it's a permanent spell, so you have to.
Yeah,
I think that's going to happen a lot until people get used to this card. But in
there's
enough stipulations on there.
Like you can only do it once per spell. You're only having the effect with permanents. You can only do it 2 permanent spells. Like, it's still, I think, it's on the list. It seems really good, but I think it's solid where it's at.
Yep. And then speaking of our other Defiler,
right?
Defiler, you are on the next one.
Defiler of Vigor, which is 3 green, 5 Rexian Worm, 6/6 trample. As an additional cost to cast green permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost 1 green less to cast if you paid life this way. This effect reduces only the amount of green mana you pay. Whenever you cast a green permanent spell, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So this seems like it really plays into itself, to whereas when we were talking about the Blue Sphinx version, it kind of does. So like this can go really well in elves, where just like 2 life, cast an elf, 1/1 counters on everything. Do it again. Like you can really burn through your deck, because green is a permanent based kind of strategy, a little bit.
Big creatures.
Right. And it doesn't have to be big. It can be little. It can be whatever. Nobody's judging.
Creatures.
That's fine.
They all like
but also
creatures.
Defiler of Vigor is 6/6 trample,
right,
plus whatever you're casting.
So the Dreams is a 4/3, and the tramp, like, this just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Hits everything, including itself. Yeah, you made a good point when we were discussing it beforehand that this card is built for green. Blue is built for blue in the draw aspect, but it's permanent, so it's a little, that's the downfall of that. If it didn't say permanence, if it was just spells, then blue would be way up there. But because it's permanent is the part.
And something that we discussed before, like last week when we were doing this, was like, I like all of the Defilers for their mana
reduction,
like a reduction. So like red, black, and white seem really good, but their effects are mediocre.
Yeah, I think red is probably the next best one, and then white, and then black I think is the worst.
But and the weird thing is too, when we're discussing this, like the green one is good, but maybe it's not as effective because there's plenty of ramp in green, so like that overlap might not matter. And in blue, that draw might not matter because you have plenty of draw in blue. And so that, I think this is how I'm getting what I want. And so
you're sneaking in the 5 of them after
that's all I'm saying. I think they're all good.
They are good, but these 2 stood out more than the others, is what we were more. And now that we're more talking about it, the fact that it's all permanents makes me go, okay, I'm glad that we went with just the 2, like breaking it down.
Well, it's just colored permanents, not all permanents. So like if you're casting, if it's a colorless artifact deck, like it doesn't work in Oscar.
Right.
You know?
But what I'm saying is, like, these are specific to permanents. It's not just spells. It's not a green spell. It's so the triggers aren't going to happen as often as you would think, Right.
One thing that we did with the Defilers was like, where are you playing the medallions?
And I don't. In
one color. You don't. I think they work in one color decks or something, like 2 color decks where they're heavy.
Maybe, but I don't ever. I play 2 colors all the time. There isn't a single medallion in my decks for that.
And that hits all of your color. Like it's not permanent green spells reduced by 1. Like that hits all of your permanents. Then the question here is like, are you wanting to pay, 4 or 5 to have something similar, still pay something, but get a bonus? And is that bonus enough for what you're doing? And so, these probably only fit in 1 to 2 color decks.
Yeah.
They're probably like, if you're putting a medallion in there, you're probably, should be putting these in there.
So it's, adding more in consistency with that. Yeah.
But in 3 color decks, unless it's being used as mana ramp, ? Like,
but even that, like, you're so specific to permanents. So I mean, it seems, To be honest with you, I wish it would have said you could have done it for each color on it, but then they would have been broken and everyone would be blah, 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 but whatever. Moving on. All right. We're on number 5, right?
People went bonkers about this one right away.
This card,
good.
Silverback. What is it? Silverback Elder. All right, let me get there. I'm just trying.
You're just getting there.
I gotta type it all up for me so we get it all. All right, so Silverback Elder. This would be so much higher on our list if it wasn't triple green, but it's triple green and 2 colors for a 5/7 ape shaman. That's pretty good. Like 5 for a 5/7. God damn! Think if we would got this card back when we were kids playing in the 90s. This Force of Nature was insane. It was an 8/8 trample, whatever.
Power creep.
Yeah, I know.
If it was like this now, we'd be like, hey, all right. Wouldn't be excited about it.
So the only reason this isn't all the way up at number 1 is because the triple green part, but 5/7 ape shaman, whenever you cast a creature spell, choose one. So we got a mode going on here. You can destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's fucking fantastic. Or
I think that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one. But each one of these is pretty good. I mean, the last one is okay, but the last one is gain 4 life. That one's the less reading. The middle one is look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest of them in the bottom of your library in a random order.
That is pretty good.
That is really good. You're like, this is going in your landfall stuff, your land ramp stuff, your land decks. I mean, but it doesn't even have to go into that. It's what's the enchantment? Aura shards.
Yeah.
This is just green doing a similar thing, but Aura Shards is better because it's more of tokens coming in. You can do it.
Yeah, Rimshai, it's not as good as Aura Shards is crazy good because it's just looking for an ETB. This is looking for a cast. I think, and it's 3 green, way harder to cast, way easier to remove.
But it has a mode, so if there isn't artifacts or enchantments on the board, you can ramp yourself, get some land in there.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's one of those 2 first modes, right? Like they didn't even have to put gain 4 life on there. That seems.
I mean, it's a bonus.
Over the
it
top.
makes you feel good. It's like a little
if
pat
they
on
just
the back.
had the 2
it's
there
like,
and they're like,
go.
we want a
Here you
mythic green card. What else do we need on here? Do we need to add gain 4 life?
Sure.
Let's add gain 4 life. Like that seemed unnecessary.
What? I mean,
right. You can always just look at the top X amount of cards and put a land into play. Like if there's no artifacts or enchantments you want to.
It's in your. It's now in your green life gaining decks, right?
Yeah, that's what we needed in more applicable decks. This is a good card. The 3 green mana kind of hurt it, but 5/7's huge. Like, it's a good card.
This is in 1, really 2, maybe 3 color decks. Good one. Maybe 3 color decks, but I wouldn't put this in 4 or 5. Like 3 color decks, you're pushing it when you get the 3 color pips in there. But yeah,
how creature heavy do you need to be for this to be pretty, or do you just kind of slap this in there? Like you're like, I need a little bit more artifact and enchantment removal in here. Silverback Elder 3.
So
minus decks.
It's not going in my Akiri deck. It's not going in Kaima.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's going to Akiri at all. No, Akiri is 3 color.
So this is what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah, we're looking back at our.
Let's see what is it going to fit into.
Daryl. No, it's not going to go in Daryl.
No? What?
No, it's not going to go in Daryl. No, yeah, definitely not in Daryl. I mean, Daryl is more of wiping the board and doing all that fun stuff. I mean, I guess that is a 2 color deck there. It'll definitely go in your Yarok, even though it's a 3 color. You know, I said maybe 3 color. That would go in Yarok because Yarok is very heavily based on landfall stuff and creatures entering the battlefield.
Yeah, and there I would probably say like it's the landfall part that's huge.
Yeah. And you know, Yarok really likes gaining life.
And you know what? I don't know about that. Because this is a cast trigger. It doesn't. That's not an ETB trigger.
I know.
I'm probably at 2 or 3 decks that this could fit into. So it's, you know, like this could be solid in Essex because it's not legendary. So I could copy it a bunch of times, and whenever I cast, I could just get multiple triggers. That could be fun.
Really quick, Doji21 was asking, Yarok is ETB, not asking, Ape is cast. No, I understand that. What I was saying is Yarok is casting a lot of creatures, is what the point of that deck is. So that's why I would say I put in Yarok. I was more focused on the creature casting spells, not Yarok's ability. It's more of, I'm looking at my decks and I'm looking at Daryl. Daryl doesn't have a lot of creatures necessarily in it because I'm doing a lot of board wiping and everything.
Probably is like, if you're in green and focusing on casting creatures, you can highly consider this card.
Correct.
I probably wouldn't put in Omnath as a 4-color deck.
Yeah.
But maybe, because I do focus on life gain as well. Like I care about
triple
the landfall.
Green though. Triple green, you'd be all right with it though.
I think so. I think in the deck it'd be fine, especially if it's in my hand. I can fetch.
for you.
Like me, or are we talking like it's fine? I can,
because it's a 4-color and you're
it doesn't matter. I'll let Cole do it. I was thinking about taking apart Omnath anyway. That reason.
No, I've only seen you play it a couple times. All right. Let's move on to our number 4.
Yeah.
This is gonna take people by surprise here, I think. I think a lot of people are gonna be like, this is the number 1 card.
Is this me?
Yep, it is
me?
you.
Is you? Me.
It is you. Me, you.
We don't.
Anybody
never
know
done that before? That was good.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
All right. This is gonna hurt you all again. All right. Sheoldred the Apocalypse. 2 and a black 4/5 by Rexian Praetor. It has Death Touch for some reason, and then whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. And whenever an opponent draws a card, you lose. They lose 2 life, not you. They lose 2 life. Boy, that'd be a bad card. Gix failed. I shall not.
They put the Death Touch on there because they didn't want you to hate on it like you did on Urabrask.
Look, this card is crazy good.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Great. Everybody draws a card. It
Yeah.
should not just have draw any card. It should be like any card beyond your draw step. But like whenever an opponent draws a card outside of their draw step, or
So
Jesus,
this
or
is
whenever a creature or whenever a player draws not on their turn, like this is the problem. Like this is gonna drain players big time,
especially in our meta, because we are based on drawing cards because we don't tutor. Where's the fart button?
Maybe that's why I got moved way up. But like this is a win the game quicker a lot more in Nekusar. This is, you have those decks where
does it just
Howling
fits
Minds
in black decks?
It's probably generally like it's good enough to just slide into decks.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, it is.
Each player loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life each turn.
That's a 4-point swing right there. Just a turn going around, and that doesn't count in players drawing cards. If it's us, we're probably losing a lot more than just you because we're trying to draw cards a lot in our decks. Yeah,
I think
it's a 4-drop for
hour. Yeah, helping number 2 out here. Put this in your decks, and it's gonna really hurt me and Adam because we're trying to draw a ton of cards, and if this is in play, and you don't have removal, like you're trying to draw as many cards as you can to remove it.
That's a good point.
It's gonna be tough.
Kill it.
Right.
Okay, kill him.
Right.
Do I even have my kill him button? Oh, there it is. God, I got all my buttons kind of set up.
Okay, kill him.
I had it too. You're gonna ask me, but I mean, it looks like we're just gonna have to kill number 2 at this point. More.
That'll be in when we do double-headed that thing. I was
Wow, that thing. You're ambiguous does not help us. Like. Ambiguity is not our friends when you say double-headed whatever. I didn't mean that.
All right, let's move to our number 3. Our most controversial card on this list, Lowery. It is Sarah Paragon.
I'm just stubborn. It's a good card.
It is 2 colors and 2 white for an angel, a 3/4 flying angel. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land from your graveyard or cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. If you do, it gains when this permanent is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, exile it, and you gain 2 life. Yeah. So the biggest point, we had probably our biggest discussion on this card out of the whole list. And Lair brought up really good points with how often you play Sun Titan. Sun Titan used to get played a lot. I think, I don't know why it doesn't get played as much anymore. It almost made it in my Duke
boring
deck. Yeah, but everybody played with it, and I think it's still in a shit ton of decks, but then it got printed out the fucking ass. I said ass weird there. Ass.
Yeah. Double-headed. 1 minute later, ass. Just saying, connect the dots, conspiracy stuff, numerology. That's what we're going for here.
But this is 2 less. It's in an angel, so it fits in your tribal angels. You're able to bring back your fetches. It's something that white doesn't have, and there isn't like a huge downfall to it like white normally does. So you're able to do like the Ramanop excavator type thing. I guess the downfall is the exile.
They would have if they had enough like space.
What do you mean?
I think what they did was they're like, okay, we took up the whole text box. We cannot add. If another player has more land than you can play a land from your graveyard. And if somebody has more permanence than you can play a 3 CMC or less.
And if that player is having a worse day than you.
if they got door dinged in the Target parking lot.
Then you can go get a land from your graveyard. I think its downfall is that it's saying the exiles. You're not being able to continuously do it.
It's not a real downfall, but
I mean,
yeah, you're right. Okay, you can't just like sacrifice it and like do it again.
Doing it again,
like,
doing it again.
Yeah,
but you gain 2 life from it, so it's adding in.
So that's bonus.
Yeah,
that's fire right there. That's
in Commander.
Again, they could have probably taken that off and then added in if another opponent has more lands than you can play.
They probably thought about it. Is that the decision table?
It's a white card. You gotta add tack on some life gain. Come on.
So I just think
that's how you make things mythic nowadays. Silverback ape.
That's why this one's life. Mythic. Yeah, that's why it's mythic. Add gain 2 life. Yes, that's a good point.
2 life. That's a mythic. Point. That's how you get there.
So a 4-drop.
That's good.
Angel 3/4, being able to bring back your fetches, your lands that go to your graveyard, your Urza's sagas, being able to redo those. Just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But it's something in white that they don't have a lot of. And really, Sun Titan, who plays it? I don't. I tried to get it in my Duke deck and it got cut. And that would be a perfect deck to have it in.
I told you should bring it back. Though.
But this one might make it in there because this is evasive. It's flying, and it will do what I put this over Sun Titan because I'll be able to get lands and all that stuff. And it's
disagree.
What?
You don't get to put in extra land.
Well, no, you go to get your fetch
You're
lands,
playing the land. So if you have 3 or 4 of them into play, even though they die at the end of combat, like
well, I'm just saying it's the Ramanop Excavator Crucible of Worlds effect. It's you know how I'm saying Ramanop because I'm trying to get that card. Like people don't play that card enough.
Sure.
And I don't know why, because it's always like green decks should be playing that more. Although I think it's probably in like 50,000 EDH rec decks.
It's probably in enough. It's fine.
It's not the equivalent of Crucible of Worlds. But anyway, so this is our number 3 spot. Yeah, 3 spot. Good card.
It's a good card. It's overrated. Relic number 2 is Relic of Legends as 3 mana artifact. It taps, add 1 mana of any color. That's really good. All right. I can't tell you how.
There are no cards that tap that's a 3-drop mono rock for any color. Right.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of them. This is uncommon too. And we have this at number 2. All right. Here's the kicker. We're probably, this was again, kind of part of the conversation. I think we might be overvaluing this, but I think being colorless allows it to be in a lot of decks. This is the big thing. So it taps for any color. but you can also tap an untapped legendary creature you control, add 1 mana of any color.
Clarify this though. Not clarify. It's saying tap, so it's not adding the tap symbol. So you cast your commander or any legendary creature, you can tap it that turn for a mana. So it's not having the summoning sickness thing. It still has summoning sickness, but when it has the tap and not the tap symbol, for those of you that don't know that, this is allowing you to tap that creature the first turn it comes into play. So back to your regularly scheduled program, Lowery.
So I do also want to point this out because I saw it on a rules thing. I don't remember why it applies, but also when you tap that legendary creature, the legendary creature is not adding the mana. It is Relic of Legends that is adding the mana.
Interesting.
Because it's kind of like that is the
where would that come into
cost?
play?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, baby.
I was reading through things while my kids were sleeping next to me on the farm. Like I was trying to be quiet. I'm just flipping through things.
Do you read really loud?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
All right. So, but the thing here is like we know that there's like Honor Worn Shaku. I've done a curated about it.
Right
We spec'd on it years
right
ago. That is also a good card. But people don't use it a whole ton. If you're paying 3 mana for a rock, we can talk about like Inspired Statuary, which we did not talk about beforehand. But Inspired Statuary allows you to tap artifacts and create inspired spells that are non-artifacts. Like it's a really good like mana sink to get things out faster. Both of these cards are the same, just not on that level. Artifacts kind of just like happen. They're all over in the game. This is for legendary creatures. The other is legendary permanents. So
you get the bonus.
You're casting something for 3, it's really getting you probably 2 to 3 mana.
Yeah.
And that's still really good.
And this is any color. Yeah. Right. Whereas the Shaku it's always a tap and untap creature, and then you are untapping this. So you're always getting a colorless with this one.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do legendary equipment, legendary planeswalkers. You know, all your planeswalkers are legendary. So that's why the Shaku is really nice in that aspect. But this is giving you a color and being able to tap you. Well, this one would do the same thing. Yep, tap and untap. So you could do that first turn too with creatures that come into play. So they're very similar, but the color part
definitely have their differences, right? Yeah. But the thing I think that you want to think about is like, I don't think this goes into decks where you want to be aggressive with your commander or it has a tap ability. But when your commander is something that isn't doing those things, like it's there to exist and have the effect that it creates, like Essex, I don't really want to attack with it for fear of having it killed in combat. I just want that effect. And so if you can add mana to it, that's not a bad thing. Or like Kenrith is sitting around and you don't want to attack with that because probably your commander, you know, your whole deck is surrounded with those activated abilities.
There's a shit ton of commanders that you don't attack with. It's more of the ability of what it does. And it has nothing to do with the attacking part, and that this would be perfect in that, is what you're saying there.
Right. Yeah. So as long as you're not like needing to attack with your commander or looking to have some activated ability that taps, like how often do you want to attack with Yarok?
Never. I mean,
right.
It has
not a bad
life link in it, right? It's Death Touch and life link, I believe, is what Yarok has.
So it's probably a good blocker. Yeah. So if you're wanting to block with your stuff, that might not be a bad deal either. To like maybe not tap it. Maybe not the best example.
But that's something that you're not attacking with. Blanca, I'm not going to put this in because I want Blanca to attack.
Agreed.
Here we go. Duke, I never really want to attack with. I always want other creatures because it does say another target creature gains Myriad and haste, and then you attack with it. That is one that I could use for a mono rock. You know, like that's perfect in that. There's plenty of them. I didn't say most, but a lot of commanders, you just want what their ability is doing, and you don't necessarily want to attack with them.
And sometimes you want to be aggressive with it. Like you're like, okay, I need to close out this game. Let's just attack with everything. That's fine. You don't need the mana at that point.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but when you can pay 3 mana versus more mana to get something that'll get you more than 1 mana, like manaliths are pretty. This is a manalith, right? It's 3 mana, comes down, taps for any color mana.
Yeah.
But then that bonus of extra mana, if you have that ability to do so, I think is huge. And people have understood that in the other card that I mentioned earlier.
Shaku?
Nah, the other one.
Uh,
Inspiring Statuary.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
And so like that card's crazy good. In my opinion, that's the best 3 mana ramp rock.
I'm getting it up
To
there so
whereas
people
these
can see
are
it.
like shadows of it, but still very good. Like if you can get 3+ mana out of this or the Shaku, that's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
And that's the thing is it's not just your commander's a guarantee because it's legendary.
Right.
Unless you're doing a legendary planeswalker, which then maybe don't play this, but you might have other legendary things, especially in this Dominaria set. You have a ton of legendary stuff. You may imagine that with the Joda deck where you're basically going to be playing all legendary stuff. This would be insane in that, just playing a ton of legendary creatures and you're just tapping them to cast more shit. Like this could be crazy. And I like that it's uncommon. Yeah. This is going to see a lot of play in Commander over the years.
I think it has a really good chance of seeing a lot of play.
Yep. All right. Do I have drum rolls?
You get this
buttons?
last one.
But okay, here we go. Shit, can we get this up? It went too quick. Wait, let's do that again. All right, it is Plaza of Heroes. All right, clicked it, but it didn't work. So you guys are going to see it in a second. So Plaza
That's
of
not your fault.
Heroes.
It's the computers.
It is a land, and people are talking about this being the command tower replacement. It's not going to be a replacement. It's just going to go in hand with it.
It's not a replacement.
No, it's just going with it. This is just another utility land that you should have in almost every single deck. So land comes in, you can tap it right away for a colorless. That's its basic. Like you get a colorless out of it. Or
that's amazing. Just kidding.
Or you could tap it to add one color of any color. Spend this mana, only cast legendary spell. So not that covers your commander or any other legendaries like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Or you can tap it to add one color of any color among legendary permanents you have. So if your commander's in play at this point, now you can tap it to give you any color that you need because your deck should be in those colors. The last thing, the reason why I think this is just as soon as this was spoiled, I was like, this is in every single fucking deck. 3, tap it, exile it. So you're getting rid of it, but this is like a last minute resort thing. You know, it's protecting your commander, but it's target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So you have heroic intervention on a stick just for one creature. And it's a utility land that you're going to want this in every single deck. Like I will probably go back and go, all right, this deck gets it. This deck gets it. Everything that I'm doing where it's Voltron based, or I really need that commander to survive, which is almost every single deck you build.
Right. Yeah. That's mostly how we build our decks.
Yeah. So this is going in every single one of our decks or my decks, your decks.
Has a good shot.
Yeah. So this is why it hits the number 1 spot. 'Cause we have a feeling that, I think it's going to be the number 1 card in this set for Commander.
Is this something that we're overrating? Because like I haven't seen number 2 complain about this at all, like being an auto include into decks.
So,
that's my barometer.
That's your second shot at number 2 tonight.
I saw him a week and a half ago. I can do that.
I can't wait for the text tomorrow when he actually listens, or maybe he waits a week or a couple days. It's like, I heard that, Lowery, you son of a bitch.
He doesn't listen. It's fine. That's why I can take shots.
Yeah, our closest friends don't listen to the cast. No,
right. That's friends.
But yeah, no, I just there isn't much to say about it much
It's
more
good.
than that. It's just it's a good
I
card.
haven't said anything other than the dig at number 2, so it's good. It probably goes everywhere. Like it can go everywhere if you want.
Yeah,
But it doesn't have to. But it can
It probably should
because it's pretty good.
We're gonna be foreshadowing to more segments to come here, guys. Although we tell the stuff
right.
and then 2 dimes in a nickel will steal it, but we are gonna do like our blueprint thing. We've talked about it already once or twice before, but this might make it in that list of when you're building decks. This might be like, here's some of the includes you should have when you're building a 1, a 2, a 3. That's the thing is, this can go in every color of deck you have. It can be a 1.
$8 now. Jesus.
Well, it says $10.99 on Card Kingdom, but that's Card Kingdom's
I'm
prices.
just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're pulling there. 8.66 and 12.44 for the full art.
If this drops below $5, pick them up.
Right.
Because it's at a rare slot. It's not going to fit in Commander decks like Command Tower, where it was every single commander.
But this is where they should be doing it.
Correct.
Like it just should be in every commander deck just to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I pull one. I don't want to spend $8 on it, but I
just wait.
understand.
It'll drop. It'll drop because hopefully. I mean, we have a lot of commander players, so that's the hard part.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So that is our top 10. We are going to get 2 hours again. You are fucking correct.
I knew it.
Correct.
I'm sorry.
All right. Let's get to this
Kind
shit.
of.
Excuse me. I believe you have
I'm
my
pretty sure
stapler.
it's this one. I should get my
Staple versus. Why the hell do you say you took this one? What
I saw people say that they really liked it. Spark Double, not necessarily.
He likes it. All right.
Not necessarily on
Well,
Twitter because
I don't
they
want to
don't count, and I don't look at YouTube. But
I'm gonna
on individual
Okay. So
Discords.
In your opinion, where do you think this should have, not where it ended up, where do you think it should have gone?
Well, I don't know where it ended up anyway, but for me personally, it's Spark Double unless I'm really big.
Oh yeah.
Big mana. But at that same token, like if Helm of the Host is in the deck, Spark Double's in the deck. If Spark Double's in the deck, Helm of the Host isn't necessarily in there. And so I'm much more likely to play Spark Double just because like it's going to be able to play in the deck. Now, if I'm like Thraxamundar, like Spark Double might not make it just because like Thraxamundar comes down and I want to be playing like sacrifice stuff. So like it kind of depends on where the curve is a little bit, but I'm playing Spark Double a lot more than Helm.
All right, so I'm getting the other stuff organized as we were just talking there.
Did you want me to talk more? Is
No,
that
no.
what it was?
I can what are you? Oh, you got the crown on already.
Crown
what are you doing?
Okay, fine. Sorry.
Sorry. The YouTube votes are in, and YouTube voted 72% for Helm of the Spark Double. You got it. Spark Double.
I'm not sure how it is. So like
Spark Double.
Right. All right.
Twitter voted.
Okay.
Twitter voted the most sane bunch of people. Twitter, Discord Lite. 60% of the people voted for Spark Double. And then the crazies at Discord. I'm just kidding. But not really. Discord voted 73% for fucking Spark Double.
It's about accurate. That's fine.
That's fine. I haven't won for a while. I'm sad.
It hasn't. You feeling bad? What? I'm sorry.
No,
We had a few ties there.
I feel so much better on time. Why can't I shrink this thing? Get the fuck down. All right. So what do we have
because
in store?
CommanderSphere has huge ball.
What do we have in store for this week's? Actually, let me get the staple verses up. We can do that. There we go.
Well, all right. Mind Stone versus CommanderSphere. You already have the
That's why I said I was productive today.
Borderless art? Why? I got a badass Fire of the Night magic art you could get me. Like that brain shit. Like that's a cool card.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I like this one better right here. Your boring new art of this.
All right. Mind Stone, 2
Looks
mana
like
artifact, taps for a colorless. You can pay 1, tap it, sacrifice Mind Stone, discard, or draw a card, not discard. That'd be bad.
This is just bad.
So 2 mana. No. What are you talking about? It's in 95% of my decks because I'm not 100% sure it's not 100. It's very good. And I'll let you talk
I think
about
you're
your
95% lying in that stat there.
What? I am not a lion.
Commander Sphere. This is 3 colorless for a mono rock.
Yep.
This kind of reminds me of a segment we just did. Like
What?
a second ago. Talking about like our good cards and all that. Okay. So this one creates a color mana, so it fits in
Right.
every deck. Whereas I think Mind Stone's more
It could.
Mind Stone's more of like
Same thing with Mind Stone. It could fit in every.
Yeah, but you're
deck.
not gonna want to put that in 5 color decks. It'd be really
Why not?
4 color, 3 color. All right. So
3 color? Nah.
you got a
Right.
colorless you're creating there.
Okay.
So it gives
Alright,
you any
fine.
color. So it gives you any color that you want of your commander's
Right.
identity. So that's fantastic.
Right.
And the other part of it
in
is
1 color decks, in
Sure.
2 color decks,
sure,
and 3 down.
Sure. sure. And then the other then the other part of it is I don't have to tap 1 and tap it to draw a card by sacrificing. I just sacrifice it. So I can use its ability, tap any color I want.
Right.
And then later go, sacrifice it, draw a card. Yours is like, well, if I've already tapped it, then I'm fucked. Somebody's just destroying all the artifacts. Now I lose my artifact. This, I can sacrifice whenever, and I get to draw a card.
Right.
Huzzah!
Good for you.
Do you remember we just talked about the relic of legends and the comparison to the Shaku?
Unworn Shaku, which
Yeah.
is the better card.
No, I think we talked
yeah,
about
I do remember
that
that.
because
What's your comparison?
The relic was very nice and an upgrade
compared to better
Shaku.
card?
Compared to Shaku, it's a better card, and actually, it's already more expensive than
not.
Shaku because it's
not.
giving you a color instead of colorless, right?
Right. But colorless is just fine to have in most
Eldrazi decks.
as long as you have like a proper mana base. Like Mind Stone's the better card. And it is, especially I think you had a really good point. In 1 and 2 color decks, Mind Stone is 100% better than Commander Sphere.
I wouldn't say that.
And when you get into
I
4
wouldn't
and
say that.
5 color decks, Commander Sphere is a better card.
I only have it's good in 1 color decks.
No, disagree. 2 color decks, it's pretty good in 2.
So is Commander Sphere.
No, I disagree. I
It's
don't
good in
because
2 color decks.
Because when you're in 1, 2 color decks, the colored mana symbols aren't as important
You're
to
having
get
to
as
pay
early on.
an extra 1 though to tap
Right.
this. Like you're using your mono rocks. Like that's the thing is that's why Commander Sphere is
You're-
so nice.
You're
use
talking
it.
about like if everybody's going to destroy my
That
artifacts, I can
happens
just sacrifice it to
so
draw a
much.
card.
That happens.
Whereas like
so
Mind
much.
Stone is more of a when like yes, if somebody Vandal Blast, they're gonna get your Mind Stone, and that's fine because it came down a turn earlier. If we're talking about like in hand properly, right?
So-
This stuff matters. Like when you're, I don't know if it matters, like in the grand scheme of things, but if I prefer 2 mana ramp versus 3 mana ramp,
I said great for
3 mana
mono
ramp
color.
better be getting me more than 1 mana. Commander Sphere is that's
What
the
are
problem.
you talking about? We better get you more than 1 mana. That's what
Right.
most of our 3 mana ramp is.
For 1 mana, yes, that's why it's bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's bad.
We were just talking about the relic making the number 2 spot because it is one of the few things that's getting you more than 1 mana. That doesn't happen very often. This is also adding a draw.
That's why it's good. This is not good because it only gets you 1 mana. Do you know why Cultivate and Kodama's Reach are good? Because it gets you land into play, land into hand. That's
this
good.
only gets you 1 mana, and the thing is, you have to plan this out. You know how many times I've seen you and everybody, I was going to say me, myself, and then Irene, tap your mana wrong, and you're like, oh fuck, I should have had this on tap so I could do this and this and that. This is what happens with Mind Stone: is you tap it because you're like, oh well, that's colorless, so I can use that, and I keep my color open so that I can maybe cast something later. And then somebody goes, destroy all artifacts. And you're like, fuck. Whereas Commander Sphere is like, well, I don't have to worry about that. I'm just going to tap this and then, destroy all artifacts. Okay, I'll draw a card off of that. You don't get that. Like,
here's the thing. No,
you're not leaving Mind Stone just sitting open.
Is when you take out the emotions of fuck and you...
The emotions of what?
When you take out your emotions of fuck and you get rid of that Valley Girl like accent, you actually girl? Like you can understand like turn 3, like at that 3 mana spot, you could be doing shit. And at turn 2, that's where you're ramping. You're drawing, ramping in like 1, 2, and 3. And the ramping on that top side needs to be really good. And Commander Sphere just what you're saying good is at ramping.
This has to be in your opening hand or the next turn for it to be good?
No. Yeah. If we're comparing it at the same side. So like if we're doing it late game, you can go Commander Sphere, tap for a mana, draw a card, hope that you're drawing into something that you want. Whereas Mind Stone is 2, 1, tap, draw. I don't have a floating mana.
Tap,
but more than likely I have stuff left over, just like for Commander Sphere.
Tap the same amount late game, so the same amount late game, but then yours is just colorless.
Right. Okay. No. I don't have anything floating. You actually have something floating if you're trying to draw into something. Yeah. So technically late game, that's a better card.
Oh, wait. Okay. You guys can make your votes on.
Right. It's
check out
a
YouTube.
Bad draw card. They're both bad draw cards. Let's be honest here. No. When you want to listen to the king, they're both bad draw cards.
I'm sorry, King. I'm sorry. There should be bonuses. We should add bonuses into if you're the king. Like you should get like an advantage. You can't talk right now.
So you're playing this card for ramp, and that's the thing that you want to be doing is thinking about where's you go from 2 to 4
Doji
on turn 3
or
turn 3 to 5 on turn 3 and like turn 4. So you're a turn behind when it comes to ramping. And that's a big thing about like
if you have this in your opening hand, though.
That's what I compared yours on opening hand.
But I'm just saying
good for you.
Well, good for you. I'm saying the thing is you're playing a Commander game. It's 100 fucking cards. You get this middle game. You get this any other part of the game. This is a better card. It's a better card.
Why?
Because it's creating color and it's creating that you can tap it to give you mana and you don't have to worry about it staying on tap to draw a card off of it. That's how many times do we have that happen where it just destroys all artifacts and then you're like, well, in response, I'm drawing the card. I'm sacrificing this because you're destroying everything anyway.
It doesn't happen often because nobody plays Commander Sphere. So, but I know what you're saying.
No one. 265,000 people don't play Commander Sphere.
Right, because they put in every Commander deck for the last 5 years.
Mind Stone's in this next one. Whatever the fuck this. Oh no, that was what was that from?
That's the new Commander set that you thought you'd love.
No, the other thing is, I will say this. When there is a artifact, destroy all artifacts, I don't think I've ever seen somebody go Mind Stone drawing a card. Everybody does Commander Sphere draw a card.
Not everybody.
Because everybody has either one, I don't see Mind Stone ever being played, which is weird because for how much I just said that Commander Spheres index, Mindstone's in 296,000. So they're right in the same realm of how many decks are in it. I don't ever see people playing Mindstone. I think you're the only one, if you even play it. Like,
what does that tell you? Wink.
Build a better deck, Lowery.
Wink. It tells you all you need to start using Mindstone.
All right. Here, let's get
so they're both good in a certain degree. Like, it just depends on where you're at with your play group, I'd say, when it comes to like 2 mana versus 3 mana ramp. And again, I don't like the 3 mana ramp only producing 1. The drawing card at instant speed or whatever is really nice, but like, you probably just want to go up to 4 if you're in that in that speed.
Most of my mana ramp, besides the Soul Ring, the Arcane Signet, and the mana whatever, the 0 drop. What am I trying to say? Mana Vault? Mana Crypt. Other than those 3, then it gets to 3 rocks. Those are my normal. I don't use mine. And I'm being serious here. I don't use Mind Stone.
What? Oh, sorry.
I don't use Mind Stone very often. And I always go to the Commander Sphere just because of that. I like the not having to tap 1 and tap it to draw. I like the just sacrifice to draw because our shit gets blown up. That happens all the time in our meta. And I guess it depends on everybody else's meta in that aspect too. But shit just gets blown up out of nowhere. And Mind Stone just... I'll give you this. Mind Stone is good in 1 to 2 color decks.
Yes. It's much better in 1 or 2 color decks.
Commander Sphere is really good in 3 to 5 color. Like, I feel like it, and that's where it's weird to me is that's your normal color. Your color spectrum is 3 to 5.
I'm on a ton of spectrums. And that's where the funny thing is where are most of your decks in the 1 and 2 colored red.
I know,
whatever.
And I don't play it. But I play Commander,
which is strange.
Because I'll play the. I would rather play the other 2-drop mana rocks over this one because it's colorless. I don't like the tap in 1. If it didn't have the tap 1, or if it was tap 1 and sacrifice without the tap, then I would like a little bit more. But it just doesn't fit in there. It doesn't fit. She's never said that before.
I do want to point this out. I want to half-ass correct this, but so Doji's saying Mind Stone is also an Infinity Stone, and it kind of you can definitely see some really cool stonage there. But Commander Sphere, I'm gonna say, looks like the one that Peter Quill goes after originally, where it's covered in a bauble of, and then lights kind of coming out. That also could be an Infinity Stone if that's going to sway anybody. So I think it's equal amount of Infinity Stone.
There's a lot of infinity going on here.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, you guys can vote for these on YouTube. You guys can vote on the Discord, and you can vote on Twitter. We'll announce the winners next week. That should do it for this week. We will check you guys next week for one more week of Malort shots, a full set, and then we still have
full set.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. All right, we will check you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
I went to Oktoberfest after the gross shots.
Like in Germany?
No, this one's a Summit.
No.
Summit
Oh. You said you went to Oktoberfest.
No, I went.